Hello, and welcome back to the Sad Fan, where we talk about the good, the bad, and everything that made you sad. As you see this week, we've got a special guest from Popcorn and Beers. Jordan is joining us now to talk about the fallout from the LeBron James saga. What he says is his final saga, but that remains to be seen.
It was the interest here in America was very, very high. It was cool. I watched quite a bit of it. I watched the final game. It was a really good game. I thought Argentinian players came out and were very physically aggressive, a bit too much.
Chippy.
Yeah, and they got, what was earned, I thought, so good for Spain, I guess, Cool.
Yeah. I'll be in Barcelona this weekend, so it'll be interesting to see what's going on.
I feel like the ramifications of what's going on in American youth soccer and just youth sports in general, how it's all for profit and private equity getting into it and ruining it and making it what it is. There's a lot to say about that. So apparently our government has taken for all of the things they do wrong, they've taken a bit of a keen interest in that dynamic all of a sudden. So we'll see if anything actually comes of it. Probably not, but
No, it's gotten ridiculous. It's literally AAU ball has gotten ridiculous for basketball, travel teams for softball, baseball. Soccer is now an elitist sport in the United States, which it shouldn't be. Like it's out of control. This stuff has gotten out of control, and we need to figure out a way to. I don't know if we have any more time left to harness it, but we will see. But our main topic of the day, it has to be, right? Because it's the most boring time of year in sports. Sorry, baseball. Like, we've got the WNBA to hold on to, but they're in their all-star break right now, too. And I don't want to get into the Caitlin Clark all-star break stuff. We've got Sophie Cunningham putting her foot in her mouth again. Well, for at least 85% of the country, she put her foot in her mouth. That loud minority, though, man, they sure know how to speak up, because only about 15% swing the same way they do. We got to talk about LeBron James, and we got to talk about the Dallas Cowboys. Why? Because you people just love to hear us talk about LeBron James and the Dallas Cowboys for no reason. It's just what you want, and I don't understand why. So let's get into this LeBron James fallout and how it's going to impact the Golden State Warriors. First, let's talk about the destination. He lands in Philadelphia. What do you think about him landing in Philadelphia, Jordan?
I think he's a clown. I think this is clown. This is behavior. What did you expect? What did you honestly expect? And I just feel like it's going to be so much sweeter when, Joel Embiid has another Joel Embiid season. That's more typical of his entire career, where he doesn't play, especially in the playoffs. There's a reason Jaylen Brown was traded. He's just not the guy. He is a guy, and he is very good. He's very good.
Kyrie Irving light. He's a more intelligent Kyrie Irving. He's very smart. I would never take anything away from him. He actually is very, very smart. And the problem is he likes to tell people how smart he is, and that can be off-putting for a lot of people. So I'm just like, ooh, is this going to implode?
I don't know, though. Tyrese Maxey and a rising VJ Edgecombe, right? That is a absolutely stacked roster. And I think the NBA, or I don't know, would do well, especially with LeBron taking a veteran minimum contract. That's chicken shit. Honestly. Yeah. Like, come on. There's nothing illegal about it. There's nothing, dirty about that other than ethically. Like, it feels disrespectful to NBA fans, to the league, to everything.
To the other players.
Yeah. It's like
that impacts their salary, right? What he signs for, that's going to impact the Players Association.
Yeah. Yeah. And just the whole process has been super annoying.
Yeah.
Him being, Adam Silver is pressuring me to make my decision. And Adam Silver in general, bro.
Rich Paul. Rich Paul, you're the best coattail hanger I have ever seen. Like, you have made a real life out of this. But in reality, you wouldn't be Rich Paul without LeBron James. So of course you're going to do whatever it takes to position LeBron James. You would not have a show with Max Kellerman had it not been for LeBron James. You wouldn't know who Adele is, let alone be marrying her, if it wasn't for LeBron James. So for Rich Paul to put out there, LeBron James won't be pressured in making it. LeBron, how about you say it so you don't have to be the bad guy? And good for Rich Paul for marching out and taking those shots so LeBron James doesn't have to.
Yeah, and God forbid anybody else jumps on that ship as well to join them, say DeMar DeRozan or somebody else takes some lowball deal just so they can go. That'd be just absolutely dog crap, and I would not watch this season. And that's not guaranteeing they're going to win a championship because, again, you got Joel Embiid, Mr. Unreliable. LeBron James is old, and he's due for a blown tire these days. Well, I don't wish it on him, but I just realistically, come on.
So he left the Lakers because of the Luka stuff. Let's be real. That's why he left the Lakers. He left the Lakers because of the Luka stuff, all right? Luka is the future in LA. That's just the way it's going to be, and it makes sense. You're in your 40s. You're the oldest player in the NBA, all right? So you're leaving what was probably an okay situation out there, and I think it was a mutual parting of ways, but I think also Lakers were probably like, we're done with the circus. Like, we don't want to deal with this anymore, all right? And we're gonna get you out of here. You can leave gracefully. We'll say it's a mutual parting of ways, but enough of this. And then he goes to a team that just traded for Jaylen Brown, who is also somebody coming off a year where he felt like he was the guy. You know what he was quoted as saying, Jordan? He was quoted as saying that this was his favorite season ever. Shots fired a little bit, right at Jason Tatum, maybe, right at the Celtics organization. Yeah. And we're just going to... You mean your favorite season ever wasn't when you won a championship?
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, go ahead, Jordan.
Exactly. No, that's exactly what I was going to say. That's exactly what I was going to say.
So that's the petty stuff, right? Yeah. That's I'm the smartest guy in the room. I'm going to tell you I'm the smartest guy in the room, but I'm also... I think I'm going to be a little subtle. No one's an idiot, Brown. We all know what you're doing, but here's my point here. What's different with this situation?
Yeah. Oh man. And look, the spoiler of it all. The spoiler of it all is, guess who is the 76ers GM?
Who is it now?
Bob Myers.
Owns the Warriors.
God Myers, right? As he is known. Bob Myers. Formerly of the Warriors. I got them mixed up. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Bob Myers is the one that pulled this off. And it just goes to show what a terrible, terrible job GM, President of Basketball Operations, Mike Dunleavy is doing in Golden State, right?
Doing nothing to support this team. And I mean, they've heard my stance on it. The audience has heard my stance on it for quite some time. That Joe Lacob, not who we stated earlier, but Joe Lacob needs to fire Dunleavy because he's done nothing but show that he's incompetent. So the audience has heard me go on these rants time after time. Call me Cyndi Lauper. But what do you think of this? Like, is it time? Is it time to eliminate this problem?
Which is what? Firing Dunleavy?
Dunleavy is the problem.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I don't know if it's exclusively his problem. I think they're just caught in this arrested state of the longest celebration farewell tour of all time, and it's fair. Like, you give Steph Curry whatever he wants, you pay him whatever he wants, you just keep him happy, you keep him in Golden State, you don't trade him. Absolutely not, because you would lose the fan base in droves. Like, you just they're trying to capitalize, but not in they're not trying to capitalize in a way that spending money, opening up the check, but they're trying to capitalize and squeezing every dollar for giving you a minimal product at this point. They're like, hey, really be happy with what you got.
Enough with Draymond Green. Get Draymond Green out of my life. Like, enough with it. Like, I can't deal with his mouth anymore. I can't deal with his attitude anymore. I can't deal with his half-assed offense anymore. I can't deal with having to say he's a great defender, even though I know he's fallen off of a cliff. But he'll have 10 great defensive games a year, right? And it'll bring everybody back into the circus tent. But the problem is there's 82 games in a season, and we cannot get big, huge eyes every time he has a big game because he's still old. Like, it's not going to continue. And it's time to surround Steph Curry with younger players that can do a better job, that they're not just developing through the draft. I basically said repeatedly, the Golden State Warriors are the Miami Heat of the West. They just draft a bunch of players and hope it works out.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and their draft, but they've been doing fairly well at drafting. They just aren't pulling in that secondary star, right? That big star that can really, that's just a guaranteed bucket, a superstar.
Are they doing well at drafting?
They can't land them.
If you're doing well at drafting, Jordan, you create players that are attractive enough to other teams to get a superstar. They don't have that. They lost on Giannis. They lost out on, I don't even know. I don't know if I want Jaylen Brown, but they lost out on him, and he went for pennies. They lost out now on LeBron. Who are they attracting with these players that they're drafting?
Caught in this spiral, this death spiral of being too precious, too protective of these guys that are promising. I'm out on Podziemski. I think you could let him go, as a sacrifice to, he's a good player and all of that, but as a sacrifice to trying to prolong the Steph Curry window, just for a little, maybe get one more ring or something. They got a little too precious with him and Kuminga, and look at what's happened with Kuminga. That's an absolute disaster for everybody that he touches. Is this guy even NBA caliber at this point? With everything that comes with him, his attitude and everything, it's just dude, come on. I think everybody's got a read on him, and nobody wants to. He's kind of tainted, damaged goods at this point. But the fiasco with losing Quentin Post, who is a fan favorite, and he's got a lot of potential, and he's stepping up. He's advancing every year and
drafting Wiseman over Ball.
I mean,
that was a fight you and I had. I feel like I was right there.
Yeah, but look, we got the Summer League MVP, Yaxel Lindenberg, with a championship pedigree, grown, mature. He's played 4 years in college. He's going to be a stud.
Nothing, Jordan.
He is a stud.
It means nothing. It means nothing. Nothing's going to come of this. He's not Con Knipple. He's not Cooper Flagg. He's not anyone. It's not going to matter. It means nothing. They need there are very few highlight reel players that you're going to be able to draft that come out and do something immediately. So it means nothing. It means playing game.
Yeah, they're not going to win the championship, but I think they can make a solid move halfway through the season at the trade deadline.
With what? With the corpse of Jimmy Butler, with the corpse of Kristaps Porzingis, with the corpse of Draymond Green, with Moses Moody, with Podziemski, with who?
I think Podziemski and Jimmy Butler could, and some draft picks could be a pretty good package for I don't know who.
Whoever's angry.
A Devin Booker, maybe?
Man.
Would love that.
But what I don't know, man. So here's the thing. I would take Zion. I would take Zion. I would. Here's why. They're soft in the middle. Put him with if you're so intent, and it doesn't look like anyone's going to trade for Draymond, on keeping Draymond, no one's going to trade for him. Get that heavy set piece in the middle. Make him stay there where he's not going to get too hurt, right? Stop trying to use him the way the Pelicans have used him. You're going to need to get bargain bin discount good players with a high ceiling.
I could see that.
Zion still has a high ceiling. I wanted John Morant, and I know that's crazy because he's a crazy person, but the ceiling is still there. He's still in his mid-20s. I want high ceiling.
I would love DeMar DeRozan. I feel like that automatic mid-range, just a bucket getter.
He's almost 40 years old. Get out of this.
Is he?
We need players that can.
Is he that old?
He's 33, 34 years old.
We need a scorer. We need somebody that we can go to in the clutch. We thought it was Jimmy Butler, and it's obviously not. He's just not interested in scoring. With Steph Curry, everybody wants to defer to Steph Curry, but Steph Curry is tired. Steph Curry needs somebody that can go get a bucket in the fourth quarter, and that's DeMar DeRozan still. That's still him. He can still do it.
I don't think that is accurate at all. I mean, I think Draymond Green probably ruined. If you wanted just a pure scorer, I would say go out and get James Harden. James Harden's available right now.
Yeah, he's a choke artist, especially in the playoffs.
I know, but that's what you're asking for. You're asking for an old guy that's never done anything. What did DeMar DeRozan do on the Raptors? He left and then they won a championship with Kawhi.
Yeah.
All right, like you're asking for the same player over and over again, and that's the fan base. I'm not blaming you. You just happen to be the fan that's in front of me. And it's the same issue I have with Raiders fans is stop asking for the same bullshit over and over again, then complaining when it doesn't work. Like DeMar DeRozan won't work. Like it's Giannis would have worked, right? So when I'm saying Zion, I don't think that that's a better player, but I think there's a higher ceiling there, and he's a younger player. We could do more with that. And if he works out, we got him for nothing, right? You could probably get Zion for very cheap right now, well, cheaper than some of these other superstars. And if it works out, great. He's the new face of this Warriors team. Right now, there's nobody that's going to be a face of this team.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess Miami was a little bit, appealing to be honest, and maybe just around the league in general, there's some Warrior hate. Yaks, our rookie. Yaxel Lindenberg said he hated the Warriors. He did not like Steph Curry, right? And God, you're right with the Draymond thing, like them jawing at each other on social media, throwing jabs at each other over. It's like, yeah, Draymond's got to go, honestly. And they're talking about re-signing him to like some $37 million extension. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
No, let him go. Let him go. Let him go.
Dunleavy, he is a spineless GM.
Yeah.
I really think that he has no spine. When he stood up for himself, Jordan, he stood up for himself with Kuminga. That's the one. That's the one you're going to stand up for. That's the one you're going to put on your big boy pants, Dunleavy. That's the one. Like he's spineless. He has no clout around the NBA. No one thinks he's anything but a joke because no one deals with him, and we've seen that. Like he's a clown who's never accomplished anything. And he's continuing to ride the coattails just like Paul, but he's riding the coattails of Steph Curry and what the Warriors did before he took over as a GM. Because who was the GM their final year winning the championship?
Myers.
Yeah. And then Bob Myers was like, this is going to implode. I'm walking away.
Yeah.
Like, made the right move, goes over to the 76ers. I think that team's going to implode. That's what I think of this LeBron James saga. I think that 76ers team is going to implode. Like, I like Maxey. I like VJ Edgecombe. I think you just threw a stick of dynamite into there. I don't think you threw igniter fluid in there. I think you just threw a stick of dynamite with LeBron James coming to that team. Yeah. I really do, because he's not going to want to step in to like Magic Johnson did for the Lakers into that center role when inevitably Joel Embiid gets hurt.
Yeah. It's going to be an interesting NBA season for sure. It's exciting. It's exciting. Hey, maybe Warriors can pull a Jokic at the trade deadline.
I don't think he's ever leaving Denver, man. Like I don't think he's ever. And then that package is going to be more expensive than the Giannis package. So if they couldn't afford Giannis, they definitely can't afford Jokic. Like I think your hopes are, you're looking at like not amazing players but okay players. So you're looking at like a Julius Randle maybe at this point. Like, yeah, it's gross, but that's probably where you're looking. Like that's probably about the type of player you can get, right? I mean, like you look at the Knicks, they pulled the trigger on Karl Anthony Towns. Where's our Karl Anthony Towns? I would have loved that on the Warriors, right? That would have been fine. This is where my consistent issue is with Dunleavy. I see the rich getting richer, and who knows, maybe they were never in on these players, but they're not in on these players because Dunleavy's not talking. That's his whole job, right? So the only reason we wouldn't be in on these players is him, and the only reason we would be in on these players is him. It's time for him to make a big boy move.
Yeah, I don't think guys want to. I feel like there's a stigma ever since Kevin Durant came and everybody went, oh, he's ring chase, he's just joining Steph Curry. Like, I feel like we have this stench on us that people don't want to be like, oh, he's just going to join Steph Curry and be his sidekick and just ring chase or whatever, like, I don't know.
Would you take back Klay Thompson?
If we're on this nostalgia tour, why not? At this point, like we're not aiming for a championship, so like, yeah, let's just reunite them and make the fan base happy. Like, I mean, sure, I could bring my I can take my Klay Thompson jerseys back out of storage and wear them for one more season. That'd be nice.
Yeah, just do the full tank.
Yeah,
I don't even know who's in college or high school that we could go get this. This was a deep draft class this year, but I mean, like it's gonna. I think it's gonna be a tough next 5 to 10 years if they don't do something drastic now. LeBron James, I mean, it would have been fun to watch beautiful Olympic-style basketball in Golden State. Who knows? Maybe like the Golden State thing was just a carrot being dangled. What about so you know about everything that's going on with Kawhi Leonard, right?
Yeah, the whole contract, or they paid him through some shell company, like some ridiculous Banana Republic stuff going on.
Extra $50 million. So with all that controversy surrounding him, obviously there's a deal in theory with the Toronto Raptors. But if that falls apart, would you take a flyer on a Kawhi Leonard?
Yeah, but what it isn't that he's facing some kind of punishment, obviously, right? So it's like
probably like a 50-game suspension.
Yeah. So no.
No.
I
honestly think so. Yes, I make fun of the play-in, right? Like I took a shot at it as we were talking.
I mean, if they'll take Jimmy for him.
Yeah, I mean,
then
Jimmy, that one, I hated that move. You liked the Jimmy move? I hated that move.
I liked it until I saw what role Jimmy put himself into, kind of. Mm-hmm. I didn't like his sort of philosophy coming into Golden State, what he said he was going to be, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Ever since he left the Bulls, he has just been that guy that complains his way out of everywhere, isn't really a team guy. Like, he's fun. He's a fun person. He's a fun individual. For my basketball team, I was like, I don't know. I've already got a Draymond. I don't know if I want a Jimmy.
He seems like very happy, though, is the thing. Like, for everything he says, he wants to be in Golden State. He wants to. He doesn't want to be traded. He wants to be there.
If I was getting paid $50 million, Jordan, I'd want to be there too.
Yeah, but, I just feel like Jimmy, his instinct is like he's a killer. He's going out there. He's the fiercest competitor. And I just feel like he's lost. He's okay to just defer to Steph Curry. And yeah, why wouldn't you? But still, that's not the mentality to have.
All right. Well, that's the fallout we got for these Warriors. On your way out of the door, you're talking a lot about your 49ers. Why don't you give us we'll give you a couple minutes, give us your best 49ers pitch for this year of our Lord 2026, because I think the 49ers are about to have a rough year, especially with Coach Shanahan getting that car accident.
Oh, yeah, right? That was scary news. I mean, look, Shanahan will still be calling, he'll still have his hands all over, but, he'll just be a little absent for a while. Maybe the team rallies around him. Who knows? Brock Purdy, I swear to God, Brock Purdy, you better have a year. My man, you better do something this year. We've got a lot to prove. But there is a reason that there's only, I feel like it's the NFC East is the only division where their conference winner is projected to win again, to repeat in all of the NFL. Every other team.
Asking me a question I don't have the answer to.
Yeah, every other division. There's only one division where whoever won that division is expected to repeat, and I know it's not the NFC West. So they're saying something about Seattle. The Rams, I don't know. Yeah, you're just kind of, as a Niners fan, you're kind of crossing your fingers for an injury maybe, there. Otherwise, they are going to run the table on that. But I think the Niners can get to a wild card spot.
I think you got a tough Seattle team and a tough Los Angeles team. Like, everybody started out doubting Seattle last year too. Why'd you sign Sam Darnold? This team's going to be awful. They forget that McDonald is a great defensive head coach.
Yeah, they lost a lot of their defensive players. Right? They lost a lot of that defensive speed and all that depth.
He might not have needed them.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see.
All right. Well, on that note, we appreciate you joining us here on the Sad Fan each and every week, and we will see you next time. Thanks, Jordan.